Hey guys, so today I want to talk about risks and about risky behavior. So, to take a risk means to do something to take an action that might be uncertain, the outcome, what will happen. So the outcome is uncertain. And when you take a risk, something good might happen or something bad might happen. So there might be a positive outcome or there there might be a negative outcome. For example, one thing that comes to mind is when I traveled to Germany last time. Now, I didn't pay for traveler's insurance. Now, insurance is when you pay money in case something happens. For example, you pay some money, and you get into some kind of if you get some kind of health problems, you will be okay. You already paid money for insurance, so when you go to the hospital, this insurance will uh, pay for your medical bills, for your medical expenses. For it will pay the doctors that will treat you. It will pay for the medicine. So anyway, I didn't buy the traveler's insurance because I thought, you know what, nothing will happen to me, and it's okay if I don't buy it. But I got into an accident, and it was not uh, it was not the smartest choice that I didn't buy the traveler's insurance. Um, I had problems while I was on my bicycle, and I fell down and I hit my knee, and my knee got swollen. So my knee got swollen, meaning that a lot of blood went into my knee because it got hit. So it became bigger. It got swollen. And I was worried about it, and I wish I had traveler's insurance. Um, but I decided to take that risk and not buy it. So it didn't pay off. For something to pay off, it means that you will get benefit. So it paid off. I got some benefit from it. There was a positive outcome. But when something doesn't pay off, it means that it had a negative outcome. It was not good. So we can say that this was a stupid risk on my part. But there are also calculated risks. Calculated risks where you weigh the positives and the negatives, meaning where you think carefully about the positive sides or the positive sides of something and negative sides of something, and you really think carefully whether you should take this risk or not. For example, I was offered a really nice and cushy job. Now, a cushy job is an easy job where you don't have to do where you don't have to do that many things, and anything that you have to do is easy. So that's a cushy job. Anyway, I was offered this job, but it of course meant that I would have a boss, that I would have to be fixed in one location, uh, and I did not want that. Even though the salary was okay and the job was easy, I wanted something more. I wanted more freedom. So I decided not to take that job and to try something else. And it took a long time for that something else to pay off, uh, but uh, but it did eventually, and I am happier now than I would have been had I chosen to do that job, had I chosen to take that job offer. And that was a risk that paid off. I got a much better job. I'm my own boss, and so I'm happy with taking that risk. To start, if I could be a little bit philosophical about this, I think that risks propel us into the future. I mean, taking a risk is something that helps us prosper in life. Anything that was, any action that was, any great thing that humanity has accomplished, it was because of a risk. For example, going to the moon, it was a really big risk. The astronauts were in a rocket, and they were in that, they were on the top of the rocket, and behind them were there was explosive fuel, and I don't know how those astronauts were able to just sit on the top of the rocket. Like, I would not be able to do that, but they took a risk, and they went to the moon. Uh, we can also talk about many businesses that were started. They were all because of a risk. For example, let's talk about Jeff Bezos. He's the founder of Amazon and one of the richest, if not the richest person on the planet. And he got there because he decided to take a risk. He decided to start his own company, and it was only him and his wife in the beginning, but he worked hard at it. He invested his time in that instead of an ordinary 9 to 5 job. So 9 to 5 is uh, because usually people work from 9 in the morning until 5 p.m. So the usual 9 to 5 job, 9 to 5 meaning the time of the day when you work. So he decided not to do a job like that, but he invested his time in his business. And again, it was a risk. He could have lost all of that time. It could have gone to waste, but he didn't. And now he's one of the richest people on the planet. So, what are some of the risks that you guys took? I would really like to hear from you. What were your risks about? Did they pay off or not? Do you maybe have some regrets because there were some risks that you didn't take? You tried to be safe about things, so you decided not to take some risks. So do you is there a situation where you regret it again that you didn't take a risk? Please write down in the comments about the risks that you took and the ones that you didn't. And I will see you in the next episode of Easy English Podcast. All the best.